The pros and cons in dating white guys. From white men actually. I've dated like guys from 20 years old to like probably 18 to up, and as far as Caucasian men, I always get approached by the younger ones, and it's never like an approach like, you know how black guys approach okay, the title might be a little off, but you know how black guys approach are a little aggressive. Like that's one thing I don't like. Is like they are like OD, like they like literally run up to you where it's like I don't want to be chased. Like some women like being pursued like that. To be honest, they like a man that's consistent. They like a man that's all over them, which there's nothing wrong with that, but that comes off as player type, throwing yourself at a woman. It's kind of like, I wonder how many women you throwing yourself at. But like white guys are more like calm. You can't tell if they're like cheating with other you can't tell if they're like with other women, or not cheating, but if they're like, white guys don't come off as if the ones that I date, like the ones that are like, oh, like beach type, love to play, those I'm not interested in. Like they're usually like they're usually like more like the white kind of black guys, because they usually come off mean, like they come off a little racist to me, the ones that I've met. And it's like they try to play the cool role but end up like being assholes, like, those are the ones I don't like. But there is some types that I like. I think I'm more interested in like conservative business type, but at the same time, those kind of business type of white guys, they're more like they're more interested in the same type of woman. They're interested in a woman that is business type as well, business minded, because of the way they are, which there's nothing wrong with that. I wish I could have somebody that is a little more flexible. Like you can be business type, but at the same time, like, just like, how are you going to be in a relationship with me if you expect nothing but perfection from me? It just becomes like, okay, so I'm not perfect. What are you gonna do when we're together for real, for real? Like what if we mess up? Like I get intimidated sort of, but at the same time I do feel attracted. Those guys are already usually always taken. You have to find them somewhere, like at more high end places where I don't go, because I'm not really interested in looking like, even if I like high end men, I'm not looking for like to live a high end lifestyle that I personally can't afford. If I could afford it, I would probably do it. But if I can't afford it, I don't want to be deceitful. And so there was this one guy that I dated. He was super cute. He wasn't like my ideal type. Like, didn't have like that blonde hair. I mean, he had blonde hair. He was a natural blonde, but he had brown eyes. He had like dark brown eyes, which was a little off to me. But he was still super cute. Like, he was still cute enough, right? So I liked him. I think he was a little younger than me. I think I was like 25 years old, and I thought he was handsome, and so he was really sweet. So at the time, to be honest, I didn't have a place to go. I was homeless, and that was really something that I'm not like, I don't think like white people think, like, get a place first, and then like, I was just thinking like, hey, you never know. Like, I'm really spontaneous, where I'm like, you can meet your soulmate on the street, you can meet your soulmate anywhere. And so it's like, and I think that's how they felt. Like, even when I was talking to my doctor, who was my chiropractor, he was just like waiting for me to get a place, right? He has a girlfriend. I mean, he's married, he has a wife, but I know that me and him are like, had these feelings, or probably do have feelings for each other. It's just like, there's always is like people like okay, I'll be honest, like the Spanish people, they don't want us dating white guys. They want all the white guys to themselves. And I'm just like, I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, they're gonna choose who they want to be with. It's not about, and Spanish girls are really pretty. Like, they have good hair. So they see themselves as like, high end. Like, they're like, more high end than us. And there's a lot of them that do like black guys and do like other Spanish people, but there is a lot of them that also do like white guys, where I'm just like, I'm not in competition, because I do understand why a white guy would choose a Spanish over a black girl, just because a lot of black girls are not as educated, and they're not very nice, and they're not ready. And so even if they're desperate and really want to date you, they're not going to show how desperate they are. They're just going to wait for the universe to bring it towards them, because that's just how they are. To me, they come off as patient, which they are. Like, that's why I'm always like really like eager to, like, I feel like I can date you, but I'm more of a hippie, and I'm not much of a hippie anymore. I'm just not that kind of girl. Like, maybe you want to turn me into that girl, and I could turn into that girl that's upscale, which I am upscale, but I just I want to keep an open mind as well. I don't know, it's probably where I was raised, but I've always loved those like really spiritual kind of people, not too structured. And so guys, we're going to talk more about this because we're running out of time, and I would love to tell you all more of my type when it comes to dating Caucasian guys. That's really my type nowadays. I used to date black guys, but I did stop. It was never really like that deep with them. Like, it never was, ever. It almost got that deep with one guy, but it was never really that deep. So yeah, so that's where we're gonna end